New York City. The Knicks. For 75 years, they've been the same breed. Cause the same philosophy on the streets are commandments on this court. Chips on shoulders, chips on chins. Every decade, our struggles, our strength are shared. The same style, the same confidence, the same history. Those six trained men as they show up, night after night after night. You think something's in that garden water, but it's the same H2O.
Johnson cuts left, Flynn now fires a three.
Yesterday, now, forever. Cause we're built by New York.
Bang! Knicks take the lead.
Peace, diehards. We here. Diehard State of Mind season opener recap, man. We beat the Celtics 138-34, man. It wasn't that simple. Me and State was there together, and it was a crazy ride, man. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat already, patiently waiting for us to get into the building. But Diehard Knicks, Diehard State of Mind, we are here. Let's go for it. What's going on, State?
Hey, what's up? What's up, brother? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Little technical difficulties for those that wondering what's going on in the chat, but you know it happens. You know what I'm saying? Hit those likes, get the numbers up, so we can get these things taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. How should I start this off? So I started off with this. Evan Fournier in his Knicks debut, 32.6 rebounds, 4 steals, 13 for 25, 6 for 13 3-pointers, the most points by a Knick in a debut in franchise history. So that's what we witnessed last night. Something else that we witnessed that I know that you would appreciate, Diehard. RJ Barrett's defense, something that I was mentioning all night, was stellar. So according to NBA.com, RJ Barrett's defense versus the Celtics, he had 20 field goal. It was 27 field goals attempted against him. It was only 5 made. So that's about 18.5 percentage, best in the NBA. Elite defensive performance by RJ Barrett. And that's it's crazy. That's with Jaylen Brown scoring 20 in the first quarter. We was watching him go off. But we was watching Jason Tatum being put in Rikers. So that was nice to see. And the third thing, and I think that me and you should be most appreciative of, is Obi Toppin. I think that's a guy that you need to start off talking about first. You was the hardest pause on Obi Toppin, and you start from there, man. Because to me, it felt like at times he was the best player on the floor. He plays hard. He plays hard on both sides of the ball, and he has one of the highest motors I've ever seen from a Knicks drafting in a while. So shout outs to Obi, man. I really appreciated his effort. And god damn it, finally he could score 14 points, bro. That's his career high. It needs to be 20, but those three things right there like really stood out to me yesterday.
Well, for me, what stood out the most is just how tight the damn seats are in the freaking garden, man. Like you had to sit up front. We had to wait for the next crew to come in, whatever. Then when you finally sat next to us, man, I mean, like me and you about to have like a baby and stuff, man. You know, I'm sitting right next to Sim's wife too, man. So it was a little awkward, little tight and stuff there, man. We had Cornerstone behind me. You had the Queen behind us. You know, it was cool, man. That's what stood out the most. How tight the freaking garden is, man. But for the most part, we was able to see the game pretty good and all that. But to touch on the different players and stuff, I just feel like we just so prepared. We just so well prepared for any team. So the Celtics, they in the beginning, I was kind of like wondering what they were thinking, because I felt like they were kind of playing to match us up, so they were kind of playing into our laps, kind of. But we just couldn't do nothing about Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown was just kicking our ass. He was, you were saying it too. Like Tatum is supposed to be the face of their franchise, but Jaylen Brown got the whole bag, man. He can do everything. He can get on. He can get to the basket. He got left, right hand. He got step back jump shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and then he can get up and bang it on you. And he was shooting threes. I mean, the dude was doing everything. The one trick pony I think is Tatum, man, and I think that's why RJ was able to lock his ass up because Tatum is just looking to go 1-on-1. He's not looking to do nothing else. He's not looking to get nobody involved. He's just looking to get the ball and do his mellow shit. They keep talking about Kobe Bryant, but he's more like mellow in that way because he's just trying to get his shot off. He's not trying to do nothing else. So you put me on the spot with Obi Toppin, but Obi Toppin he never had a problem with effort. So that's the most important thing. What now that he's doing from the effort, it's turning into confidence now. So that's the only thing that you ask for guys to bring effort. That's the problem that we have with Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina and all these guys, man. It's just they didn't have the motor that Obi had. So that's so important, man. So that's the reason why he got the minutes in his rookie year because you couldn't stop him from running back and forth. So now the important thing is now for him to be poised enough to be able to actually contribute to the basketball game. So he was hitting threes, running up and down the court. That's gonna be what he really sticks out, just running the court, being able to finish breaks in front of everybody. Because he leaves once he gets open, you can't catch him as a big guy. And that the best play that he had was that scoop layup.
Yes.
Because I've been begging for him to finish strong at the basket, like since he's been here. And then just him the way that he got up there and then went underneath and scooped it. Oh man, that was crazy, man.
So yeah. The Celtics. So it's funny. The scheme of the Celtics last night, and I rewatched the game from on TV to see it. So because being at the game and watching it from the TV, you get 2 point of views. It's like 2K, you get 2 point of views. So watching it from the crib, their scheme was basically so at first they was giving Randall 1-on-1, but then they started switching everything. So then what I was noticing, and I didn't notice this at the game because I'm so into the game and I'm so the adrenaline is rushing. What I'm noticing is after they switch, it's always a little man on Randall. And literally for I think they was doing this for 12 straight minutes. After every switch, they had a little man on Randall. You can't put Grant Williams on Randall. You can't put Jaylen Brown on Randall. Basically, you can't put nobody on the Celtics starting 5 on Randall. So I'm wondering, why the fuck Tibbs ran the same play back 8 times straight? But I'm looking at the guy who's guarding him, and I'm like, damn, I can't really be mad because I would give him the goddamn ball too. So I think the scheme, bro, was what really played into our hand. Basically, they basically gave us the game when they started switching everything. That's when Randall started going off. He went off that first half. He's going off.
Yeah. Well, what they're trying to do, they're trying to do the same thing they did to Randall last year. They're trying to put a little guy on him because Randall don't really have a post-up game. He's not for nothing like that dribble between the legs crossover move, man, that he does. It's quick now. It look, yeah, quicker than Kemba's, man. Kemba had a couple of nice crossovers, but not as quick as Randall, man. Randall's really going quick with that bop crossover, man. So that's the thing, Randall, we want Randall in the post, but he don't really have no post-up moves. So I think that's the next evolution of his game. Most of the moves that you see him doing post-wise is really just him facing up and then changing direction and then doing a little floating hook shot type of thing. That's just seem to be his bread and butter move. But that's the way teams are gonna play him, man. They're gonna try to put a little guy on him and try to cut his legs off and force him to make an offensive foul. He did that a couple times in the game too. Those push offs and stuff. He's just too big, man. Nobody can really guard him.
So staying on the Obi and Randall subject, the thing that I appreciate about Randall now. So remember in 2019, I used to say to you, I hated Randall turnovers because they was bad turnovers. And what I mean by bad turnovers, you're not playing good basketball. You're looking like you don't know what the fuck you're doing while you're on the court. So Randall, I think, had 7 or 8 turnovers yesterday. and they wasn't bad turnovers at all. Like they was in the flow of the offense, and they didn't really hurt us. He had 9 assists too. I was hoping he got the 10 assists. I thought he looked up and looked at his stats to get that 10 assists, but he did. But it was nice to see. And then the small ball lineup, man, Diehard, man. I thought Tibbs would never employ Obi and Randall together before the season started. That lineup is really good, though.
It looks good.
Really
Yeah,
good.
like I love the fact that we could play so many different ways, man. As soon as that small ball lineup came in there, they even play Obi and Mitch together too, which gave us a different look also. So I mean, like same thing like you said, like when you're watching the game, there's so much things going on. Like like I said, we uncomfortable. I'm sitting like this with my fucking titties pressing against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You sitting up. We got to sit up on the the freaking the seat just to get enough room and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the game, man. So when you watch it the second time, you just see a lot more stuff, But it's still good to go to the Garden and things of that nature. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got. What would you ask me? I was about to get into like a nostalgic thing going on here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we was talking about the Obi and Mitch Robinson and the whole small ball stuff. Like we have, it's like levels. We have to start one way. The defense adjusts to it. Like with the whole switching. But then once we bring the other guys in, it kind of it's a whole different thing. And then we can keep doing that all game until we figure out a way to confuse them and possibly take the life out of them. We almost won actually, man. 49 seconds left in the game. We were up by 6. I stood up and I started clapping, and as soon as I started clapping, next thing you know, the game is tied. Like, oh shit, how the fuck did that happen?
So, funny thing, all right, the small ball lineup, and another thing I could appreciate about Randall, RJ Barrett has 0 points, right?
Yeah.
Going into this was the first time. I remember I turned over to Apollo and I said, "Yo, Apollo, RJ got 0 points, but." The man is playing Hall of Fame defense. I don't know if you watch him defensively, but he's looking like Andre Iguodala out there. And then remember, I looked over here. I'm like, you look at King Bazemore. But we go into the third quarter, and then we feature the Randall, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, the small ball lineup, and RJ Barrett had 14 in the third, and Randall, if y'all didn't notice. RJ, remember, they stole the ball. Randall gave him the assist, gave RJ Barrett the assist for the dunk. Then the very next play, Randall gave RJ Barrett a wide open 3. And then the very next play after that, he gave him another 3. So it's like back to back to back. And then RJ Barrett, just the floodgates open. So that was very nice to see, man. That small ball lineup is very effective. It is very effective. Shout out to Evan Fournier, man.
Yeah,
a Frenchman.
Yeah, I've been saying all year, man. You was kind of down on him on the signing. Like a lot of people saying that we paid him too much. But I'm gonna play a clip right now, man. This is the clip that I've been saying. As soon as this happens, everybody's gonna really know what his worth is.
Brown picks him up. Fournier fakes, sets himself 3-pointer. Bang! Evan Fournier from downtown. Knicks back up by 2. Fournier's got 30.
Yo, man, you see Fournier? You see Randall's reaction to it? Because he's screaming, and Randall was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? And that's what's really going to galvanize this team, man. And talking about the jump shot. How many times did Fournier get to the basket? He was getting to the basket at will. So that's something that I didn't know he can do. To that degree, he was getting to the basket when he wanted to. So and also getting other guys opportunities with the ball. The hockey assist that you talk about all the time. He was just a plus play on both sides, man. Talk about both sides, the defense too, right? I think you brought it to my attention in the game and said, "Yo, look at Fournier." Fournier was all over the court, man. He was filling in all the gaps. So I mean, on day one, for a guy that's not known to be a defensive player to play such good team defense, wow, man. This is only game 1.
Yeah, that was impressive. I was very impressed with that. And it was a clip going around on Twitter where he defended 4 people on one possession. And, I didn't know he could defend like that. I guess in Boston, he was hurt and they rushed him back. So at the time of the playoffs, the game I was talking about when he went 1 for 10 or 1 for 11, I guess he was probably still hurt. But he still had a couple 20-point games. Man, it's nice to have a guy like that. High IQ. Very high IQ. And I told you, dog, I say, Evan Fournier, you're going to have a huge effect on RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. But mainly RJ Barrett. Because now I don't have to really sit there and be like, all right, RJ, you got to score. You got to give me some points now. But remember, we got to the scoring drought. Evan Fournier hit a magical three. Get to scoring drought. Evan Fournier hit a magical three. It was nice to watch him. And in his debut, he ain't look scared. So, hey.
Yeah, I brought that up when we had those the halftime shows and the recaps and stuff like that. The one thing I love about Fournier is that he is so poised, man. He stands up really tall. He has good posture, and you never see him like on some negative shit at any time during the game. So like they always say that maybe he might be a little bit too fiery. That's what the French national team said. Sometimes he's a little bit too crazy with his players. But I guess he's trying to get the guys on his level. To be focused on the game is the way that he is. But watching him as a Knick man, like I said, he's just cool as a cucumber. No matter if he's having a bad game, shooting, whatever, he's still his energy is always just chill. He had 32 points, man. Like we were saying it throughout the game. I don't remember not one shot he took. That he had 32 points. But it was so smooth and so under control that it just shows you his worth. And then by doing that, it's just crazy because everybody had their time in the game. Everybody, Rose had his time. Even Walker was playing kind of bad this game. I guess we'll elaborate on that. But he had his moment. Every single player on the team had their moment. So which is good. But that doesn't happen, if we don't have the talent. The talent for guys to really to do that, man. So yeah, shout out to Fournier. Fournier's going to be extremely important this year for us, bro.
So let me kill a narrative right quick, right? Because people saying Jason Tatum, he missed wide open shots. So when RJ Barrett defended Tatum, Tatum was 3 for 16. So I just wanted to destroy that narrative real quick for anybody who keeps saying that. But Evan Fournier was a hell of a pickup. The thing that got me I was excited about too was Mitchell Robinson. I guess we haven't spoke about him yet. And we was kind of down on him. I don't know if you was, but I was down on him. For the past few weeks, I was kind of disappointed hearing about injuries, and it's kind of getting annoying because you're coming into you're a grown ass man now. Like you're not the same 20-year-old I remember you from 3 years ago, 21-year-old. You're like 23, 24. You got to show up, and he gave us 17 important rebounds, but he got a double his first game back. So I was very impressed with Mitchell Robinson. What you seeing from Mitch?
Well, watching the game over again, there was another play. There's like another clip going around. I wish I would have had it queued up. Is that I think it was Eric Evan, whatever the guy's name, Eric Williams, whatever. He was underneath the basket wide open, and they got the ball to him, and all he had to do was get up and dunk it. And Mitchell Robinson was up by the key, and he made his way from the key to the basket to stop him from shooting, and then he had to pass the ball back out, and then ended up being a turnover for the Knicks, whatever. Because he actually passed it out and Rose stole it. But the ground that he's able to cover, still, even though he gained all this weight, that is what I was like so worried about. Is that like when you add all this weight to your body, it's going to cause a lot of problems, man. Like feet problems. And he broke his foot, so why would you gain weight on a broken foot? So I was really worried about that. But as far as mobility, like he didn't really show it his first game in the preseason, which was the last one. But from that first preseason game where he didn't have no lift to this one. I feel like I don't know what he took, like whatever, some kind of super pill or something, or maybe he was sleeping in Randall's hyperbolic chamber or something like that. But he looked fantastic, man. I'm so excited. At the game, my energy was done, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like so tired, and then the overtime killed us or whatever. So like the energy was a little bit different in there. Like I said, we was like this, but after watching it again and just like. Just dealing with today, man. We got a really good team, man. Special. We got a team that could be freaking special, and it's not just a Knick fan capping, a homer, on a microphone capping for his team. I think we got a really good team, man. We don't have no weaknesses. The weaknesses that I've been worried about has been Mitchell Robinson, the small forwards, which is Obi Toppin and whoever else we got coming off the bench and stuff. Those are the things that I've been worried about. But all of our answers have been questions have been answered. So now this is only game one. What happens when we freaking gel 20 games from now?
So I'm about to say something that sounds blasphemous, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I like saying whatever's on my mind.
Yeah.
So,
I got the reality stone, man. So don't worry about it.
So I'm watching basketball for at least 21 years. Under Thibodeau, you know who Julius Randle reminds me of, bro? And this going to sound crazy, bro, but I was watching highlights last night, and I'm like, yo, this is one of my favorite teams of all time. And he remind me of this player. The man is playing like Chris Webber, bro. The man is really playing like 2001 Chris Webber. Now, like, he puts the ball on the floor. He shoots from anywhere in mid-range. You can run your offense through him. You can play off him. He can play on ball. He can play off ball. He's not going to get the defensive numbers in the box sheet, but he's going to come. He's going to defend. Could guard 1 through 5. I don't know what the hell I'm watching. I think it's fake. I think it's still a fluke. What the hell am I witnessing here with this man? Because this is scary. Because if the Knicks, we got to put it in perspective, right? If RJ Barrett's 21, Randle is 26 years old. In 2 years, Barrett's going to be 23 and Randle's going to be 28 years old. How much better can them two boys get? Is going to be the question I'm about to start asking people really soon. If they keep showing me this, because that yesterday's game was that was nice. That was nice.
So what year the Sacramento Kings you was talking about? 2001, you said?
2001. Or is it 2002? One of those years.
Well,
2002 when they got eliminated by the Lakers when they cheated in Game 6 and shot 27 free throws.
In the Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just looking at Basketball Reference. I'm gonna see if I can put it up, but like I said, I don't want to mess up the stream or anything like that. But I just want to put it up just for the simple fact from what you're saying, just to compare it, because I agree with you, man. Because the Sacramento team, they were able to play small ball. They were able to put a defensive lineup out there. They had the same kind of things that we have, a lot of versatility and stuff like that. Also, too, I kind of agree with the Chris Webber thing, even though Chris Webber might have been more of a strict post up guy more than the dribbling through the legs and all the stuff that Randle does. But I get it, the same type of thing. Chris Webber used to get in trouble for offensive fouls a lot because he's just so much bigger than the other guy, so much quicker that they used to just stand up on him and then he used to knock him down. That's how they cheated. But I'm looking at these guys. Pager. You could say Pager it could be RJ Barrett. Or maybe Doug Christie. Doug Christie could be RJ Barrett with the defense. Pager could be Fournier. Mike Bibby is this guy Kemba Walker. Because you're talking about the knee problems and stuff like that. Same type of thing. Vlade Divac is the probably like the X factor for us because we don't have really like a Vlade Divac kind of thing. But Mitchell Robinson is the same thing, like a Scott Pollard, or whatever. And then we still got Funderburg and Gerald Wallace could be Obi Toppin. So I see it, man. Definitely, man. You have a good eye for these rosters and years and stuff that you put out there with these different rosters. So, I mean, even Bobby Jackson. Bobby Jackson could be, Derrick Rose.
I love Bobby Jackson. Tough guy.
Yeah, man. Bobby Jackson was good.
I can't compare Randle to LeBron. LeBron is a once in a generation type of player, bro. I'm sorry, bro. LeBron is different, bro. LeBron been nice since I was a freshman in high school, bro. That was 2004. No,
2003.
2003, 2004. LeBron has been nice. So Randle, look at Chris Webber numbers. I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all gotta go and watch some Chris Webber tape. Chris Webber is way more athletic, but Randall could step out to the perimeter. So in 2001, C-Web 38 minutes per game, 24.5 points per game, 49% from the field, 10 rebounds, 4.8 assists. That's around Randall numbers right now. It's just he did it in a tougher NBA. But, it's cool. It's cool to see Randall right now, man.
Yeah, it's different eras, different eras. The way that we shoot the ball, like that's one thing that got to be said too. The Knicks are really shooting a lot of damn 3-pointers now, like 40 something 3-pointers. Do you know how many 3-pointers we shot last night?
So let me go. I'm going to that right now. We definitely did, and it's crazy how Thibodeau is just making me look like a fool. He's pointing out the small ball lineup. He want to shoot a lot of threes now. He's doing everything I said I wanted to see. So Thibodeau, this funny guy. So the Knicks shot 45 threes. God damn. And
that seems like that's good. How many?
We made 17 threes.
Wow. That's gonna be the Knicks, man. I think that's because the whole preseason we've been shooting 40 something threes. Mm-hmm. So this is gonna be the new Knicks.
Yes. And another thing, I could appreciate about Tibbs. So 2 things. Quickly was horrible last night. He was garbage. He was like, I just call it how I see it. Like he was really bad. Miscommunications on defense. He's getting small. They were smoking him on defense. Like he was really bad. He missed a couple easy passes, a couple dump off passes to Obi. I didn't like it. So Thibodeau sat him. I agree with that, Thibodeau. That is a substitution I agree with. And another thing I seen was Alec Burks. Thibodeau sat Burks after they was attacking him. So that tells me that okay, Tibbs been lit. Tibbs been hearing. He been hearing that smoke.
Yeah. One thing that stands out too, I think Julito said that when he was on the panel, he was like, because now Julito is sitting courtside now, man, so he could actually see mannerisms and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So he pointed out that when the Celtics are like say something was happening, like the coach pull a guy out, the guy would go to the bench sulking. But the difference with the Knicks players, like you was talking about Walker just now, right?
Yeah.
They took Walker out, and Walker stood right next to right after he took him out the game. Walker didn't sit back down; he stood up next to Tibbs, and it was like cheering on the guys from the thing. So that's the big difference between our team and other teams is that we have instant chemistry already. We brought guys from last year, but you take a Burks out. Burke is not flat. He's not on the bench, like trying to like pass on his negative energy. He's on the bench and he's like just as excited as if he was in the game. So the guys are pushing for each other. Yeah. So I think that's the key right there. That's really going to take us to that special place, man. I think right now, it's great to be excited, man. But I can't help it. There's so many great things happening right before our eyes that we just got to believe it. We got to believe what we're seeing because, we used to make up shit, as Knicks fans. We're going to win this. We're going to win that. Oh, man, I can't believe we're not doing it because, we was looking at it through orange and blue glasses. You know what I'm saying? Now this is something we haven't seen, man. Like you talking about 2001 Sacramento Kings. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen basketball like this in a while, man. So this is our team. And, we got to believe what we see. And just really appreciate it and get behind these guys because, and we are, Knicks fans are wilding, man. It's crazy.
Yo, let's all thank James Dolan real quick. I know that sounds ridiculous right now. James Dolan fired Steve Mills at the perfect time. This is the first time he's ever fired somebody at the perfect time. I think the only time I probably disagree with, and I go to the grave saying that, is when he fired Phil Jackson. I felt like he should have just let Phil Jackson get one more year, but it was getting so bad on ESPN. You got Stephen A. Smith on the radio, Facebook. We was killing, man. It was bad everywhere. So he had to go. James Dolan fired Steve Mills. He bring in Leon LaRose, right? We get the third pick in the draft, right? We get RJ Barrett. So RJ Barrett is a part of this generation's superstars. He's a part of this generation. So we got a guy from this era, right? And we got brought in a guy who we signed in Julius Randle, who is 20. How old was he at the time we signed him? Like 24? Like 24, 25?
Yeah, 25 probably.
Signed him when he was like 25. So you get those two guys in the building, and then you bring on Thibodeau, a coach who now he kind of looks like he's adapting now. Give it 10 more games. We'll see.
Well, we got the talent now, man. You know,
Yes.
like you said, like an Alfred Payton bad game. You know, excuse me, a Walker's. Say what you said. So I don't want to like mess up your quote. You said we were saying something about Alfred Payton and Walker.
Alfred Payton and Walker. Oh, that's night and day, bro. I was paying attention to the bench huddles. I'm pretty sure you was. I'm pretty sure a lot of people was. They was all together, man. It's really nice to see. It's night and day, bro. Matter of fact, real quick, a play that Kimber would make that Alfred wouldn't make. I think it was a play in the fourth quarter. No, not it. Yes. I think it was the fourth quarter or even the first OT. Kimber Walker shot a step back three to tie the game. And I think Jaylen Brown just hit a three. So he breaks momentum at the perfect time last night. Like he found ways to contribute to the game, even though he was playing bad. And I love what I said from Kimber Walker. That was nice, man. Bronx legend, man.
Yeah, but there was a quote that you said. I was trying to not to mess it up, but you was like a Kemba bad game is way different than an Alfred Payton bad game.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
That's what you was. You said that like mad times last night, so I was trying to get the right quote. But that's spot on, man, because Walker was playing bad. Yeah. You know, he was playing bad. They pulled him early. They had Quickly out there for a hot second, and they put Rose in there for a hot second too. You know, just to get off of what Walker was doing. But just the fact that the Walker, you know how good he is. You know, it's just like you said, it's night and fucking day, man. You know, like Alfred could either have a good game or he's just gonna completely be terrible. You know, but Kemba Walker can have a bad game and still impact the game so many different ways, man. You know, it's crazy, and you know, shout out to him too. He didn't get torched like he did in the preseason. You know, with against Washington when they were just going at him. But you know, I don't know. I don't really know if that was their game plan for the Celtics. You know, that's another thing too. Like as time goes on, you know, in 20 games, you know, our chemistry will be a lot better. But also in 20 games, there's going to be a stack of scouting reports on us too. You know, so that's going to play a factor in it too. So hopefully, you know, our gelling meets the scouting report, you know, head on, and we're able to maintain this, man. Because, whew, I'm ready. I'm ready, bro. Yo, shout out to Eric L. Beats, man. He popped in last night at the end when everybody was like evaporating from the night, man, because we all was tired, man. But you know, Eric LBC, he got like unlimited stamina, man. That guy's everywhere.
Shout outs to my guy Eric, man. You know why people wasn't Kemba Walker like how they was in the preseason? Who started?
Who's that?
Mitchell Robinson. So
right, okay, I got you.
When you got a guy like Mitchell Robinson in your starting lineup who could switch 1 through 5, Kemba Walker could just funnel his man straight to Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, that's
last night.
Yeah, that's essentially what they was doing. Yeah, go ahead.
Can't funnel these guys to Taj Gibson. He's 36.
Right.
Mitch is a different type of animal. So, hey man, I'm good, man. I'm happy, man. RJ could guard 1 through 4. I know Evan Fournier could guard 1 through 4. I know Mitch could guard 1 through 5. I've seen it. But you don't want to stand in front of point guards all the game, but he could guard 1 through 5. Randall could guard 1 through 5. The only person, the weakest link is probably Kemba Walker. And hey, he competed last night. I'll tell you that. And he got 8 rebounds too, while Mitchell Robinson got 17 rebounds. So big ups to Kemba Walker for that, man.
Yeah, at one point I think Kemba Walker was leading us in rebounding. He had a couple. Well, no, you know, Robinson was leading rebound, but he was like number 2 at one point during the game too, man. So you know, even though he wasn't playing well passing the ball, because I think at one point he didn't have no assists either, Walker. You know, so Walker was just playing a weird game, but he still was actively involved in other parts of the game. You know, so you know, my hats tip to him, to those guys, man. Yeah, I see Knicks 100. He's talking about the Atlanta's game right now, man.
Talking about Cam Reddish? Yeah, I was watching that game. I was
Yeah.
watching that game. You know, you want to know what's funny, dog? No, I was called stupid a lot over this summer for a lot of takes I had. The Mo Bamba take, 18 and 4 blocks. Cam Reddish, 20 points off the bench. RJ Barrett, getting his little buckets. It's going to be a nice NBA season. This is probably the most talent I've ever seen in the NBA at one time. This is crazy. Like, if you get league pass, I could legit watch every basketball team this year.
You know what it is, though, right? LeBron's era is coming to an end. That's why.
Yeah.
See, LeBron went and got all his old geezers on the Lakers right now. Trying to still have a super team. He got all these Hall of Famers. Even though Melo's at the end of his career, Rondo was on that team. All these different guys are on the end of their career and all this other stuff. But he's still got to team up with all these different, mega personalities in order to compete. That's one thing that people keep forgetting to say. They keep saying that Jordan had Pippen, this and the other. Look at all the names that LeBron has played with throughout his career too, man. And not to mention, when he made that decision, he destroyed every single team in the NBA because everybody gutted their roster to get an opportunity to get one of these mega players. Not thinking that Miami would sign 3 of them, and the Knicks signed 2. They went and got they signed Amari, but then they went and got Melo too. So the league was kind of discombobulated. All the talent was all over the place. But now the guys are getting older and stuff like that. The draft is starting to come in. These young boys are starting to step up. So now the Atlanta Hawks, they got I don't want to talk about them now, man, because fuck the Atlanta Hawks, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they won 113-87, man. So they're ready too. They're ready too. So I'm ready for them also, man. We played them Christmas, right?
I want that smoke. Yeah, we played them Christmas. I want smoke.
Yeah, man.
I want that smoke. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm gonna be paying close attention to Cam Reddish though. And listen, I'm gonna just say this, Diehard. The Knicks is gonna get to a point, and this is what I told. I think I told you this weeks ago. The Knicks are gonna get to a point where Randall and RJ becomes so good that you have to make a trade. They're gonna get to that point, and I don't know when that point is gonna happen. But if RJ keeps this Kawhi Leonard 23-year-old defense up, if Obi want to continue looking like Boris Diaw, if Randall want to keep looking like Chris Webber in 2001, if Evan Fournier, he want to keep looking like Peja Stojakovic, be my guess. But our team, we have a lot of assets. We got a lot of young pieces. And I'm telling you right now, Diehard, the way I'm looking at this roster, if it was up to me, I would for sure keep Obi, for what I seen last night. I gotta get a crazy stuff. I'm overreacting to hell with it. I'm gonna overreact. But if it was up to me going on a roster forward, I'm keeping Obi. I'm keeping Randall. You keep Obi because Obi could play the backup 5. And he could play the backup 4. And he could probably start at either position by the time he's ready. You keep RJ Barrett. You keep Julius Randle. And honestly, you keep Evan Fournier. Now it comes down to Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose is going to retire a Knick. And I think Kemba Walker is going to retire a Knick. So now it comes down to the rest of those guys. And honestly, listen, if I ain't even going to say no names, but if one of those boys acts out, I know the Knicks is going to be ready and prepared. So don't fall in love with these players that's on our roster right now. Not all of them.
Well, I look at it like this, man. We just played the Celtics, right? So, I guess I could try to pull it up now because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying not to corrupt the stream here. But the Celtics, man. You want to talk about Larry Bird and those guys? Larry Bird could be. I actually made a podcast about this a while back. Citing the whole Randall and Obi factor. Could they coincide together? So I mean, the answer to that question is yes, right? But now here's the thing. As you're saying, as these guys get older and they start getting better and in age and stuff like that, Obi's definitely going to get better and better. So there's going to come to a point, like you said, where we're going to have a lot of talent on this roster. But you're talking about trades, right? You were hinting at. Yeah. But great teams like the Celtics back then with Larry Bird and stuff. He had Kevin McHale Kevin McHale came after the Larry Bird was drafted. So Kevin McHale didn't start off as a 50 greatest player. He started off as a guy that was building, like a weirdo looking guy, can't jump, can't do nothing. But he was building whatever. Eventually, he became like a super sub, a guy that you can rely on to score and stuff like that. So that could be Obi Toppin. So we can get to the point where we can still rely on Julius Randle to do the heavy lifting. But then out of nowhere, Obi Toppin could be just as good as Randle. And now we got two guys, like you said, because the small ball lineup is working. We can end up putting both of these guys in the lineup at the same time. And then they had Robert Parrish over there. They had Dennis Johnson. They had a couple other guys. So then they ended up drafting well with the different other guys that they picked up. Throughout the years too. They actually had a secondary player become a Finals MVP for them. I'm trying to get the exact year that was, but the Knicks. Why can't the Knicks do that? Why can't we continue to build talent in that way? And then guys just all climax at the same time. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And then we end up going on like a 10-year tear where we're just winning championships, bro. Like every other year. Why can't that be us?
So after watching Golden State Warriors dynasty go to 5 straight finals, after the first quarter, I see Steph Curry has 25 points. Oh my God. After watching their dynasty and watching how their team was built, they did not have a number 1 pick on their roster. The highest pick on their roster is Steph Curry at 7. Oh, shout outs to Jordan Hill, man. Shout outs to Jordan Hill, man. The 8th pick, man. Shout outs to the 8th pick. But anyways, watching them, you just need 3 pillars. You got to draft. You need, the way I'm looking at our roster, you got to draft your 3 guys. You need to build your own franchise superstar. I think we got one on RJ. And you need that Andre Iguodala free agency signing. That's Julius Randle. So once you get all that together, now you just got to let it produce on the court. I really do think, honestly, dog, this team needs a trade, bro. Like, we need a guy. To get where I want us to be, preferably, and this might sound crazy, but if this might sound crazy, I would love for Fournier to come off the bench, and if we had a superstar in his spot, if you understand what I'm saying. Like
with Fournier?
Yeah, and maybe Fournier could come off the bench, but that's probably going to be like a year or 2 from now. But like a superstar next to RJ and Randall, and then you still have Evan Fournier, but he's 28, 29 years old. He's going to be getting up in there in age. But maybe if we could get a guy in there like Jaylen Brown or something, and Fournier could come off the bench, now you cooking with grease. Now that's like, all right, we got something brewing. But I don't know, man. It's a wait and see, man. It's a wait and see. We got a nice young core, though.
Well, how that works too is that, like you mentioned, that Fournier's getting long in the tooth, but also his contract is not long either. So like as soon as his contract gets to the point where he is that older statesman, then we can probably re-sign him and have him as that bench guy, and then get the guy that you're asking for, but that's down the line, man. But I'm thinking like now, I think the Knicks have a chance to do something now,
I don't see the player asking out. That's the only thing. We just need a guy. We need another guy. That's all. I don't care what the position is. Start 5. Just need a guy.
I get it, man. But even though we don't have the extra player, I think we still could really do some craziness in the East this year. Shout out to Philly, because Philly, even though they going through all the stuff with Ben Simmons, they actually played pretty good the other night. Maxey and the different guys, they actually stepped up. Cord Max, whatever his name is, I think Maxey and Cord Max, they both had 20 points, something like that.
Maxey looks good. Maxey looks really good. I like Maxey. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for those guys too, man, because they could totally pack it in, and with the whole Ben Simmons stuff. So, and I also like what Maury's saying too, saying that he's not worried about Ben Simmons. Hopefully they'll be able to trade, but they're not going to trade him for nothing. Why stranglehold their franchise, for this one guy and just give up, stuff that they deserve. They deserve to get equal value for this kid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. So like I said, shout out to them, but we're prime, to challenge any of these teams, man. And I'm with the smoke today. So I mean, like, do you think we have a chance at like a let's say like a trade deadline trade? Do you think we prime for anything like that?
Absolutely. I already told you. That's probably my main hot take. I think we're gonna have a trade deadline deal. Honestly, I think it's gonna happen. I don't know who we're gonna get, but I really do think we're gonna have a trade deadline deal, bro, for sure. Because this team, we just need to. I'm gonna keep saying, I don't know who he is. I don't know what teams is going to, start looking bad. So we'll probably see it within the first 10 games. I'll kind of give you an idea of the group of players that I feel like could put us over the top, honestly. It's tough, man. Listen, I already told you, I want the Timberwolves to make the playoffs. That kid Ant-Man, he's special. I like him. Yeah, pause. He's nice. He's so and this is what I need for RJ. Like, and I love RJ. RJ, he dunk, he rah. The man Ant-Man shot a three. He was shooting threes so crazy. He shot another three, made it, turned around, told the Rockets coach, call a timeout. Now, I don't know if you think you the big kahuna, but that is some gangster shit right there. So this generation of ballers is tough. I'm watching LaMelo. I'm like, oh, God. I see the Chris Duarte kid the Knicks was looking at. The dude makes 6 threes yesterday. I'm like, God damn, there's so much talent in the NBA. I don't even know what, like, dog, man, you killing me, man. We're gonna need that Rasheed Wallace trade. I think that's what we need to call it. Call it the Rasheed Wallace trade. We need a trade deadline deal, the Rasheed Wallace trade. I think that'll get us over the top.
Or Derek Harper trade. Remember, Derek, when Doc Rivers had went down, they went and traded for Derek Harper, and then we went to the finals.
Yeah.
Something like that. Every team kind of has that story. They get that one guy that that really took them over the top. Like even the Sacramento team we was talking about, they had White Chocolate on the team, and then they traded for Mike Bibby, and then that's when they really started making their title runs once they got Mike Bibby in the mix there, man. So, all these teams have their own story, man. I'm just looking as you're talking. I'm like looking to see who could really pop free. Out there, with these different guys out there.
Losing. It depends on who's losing, bro. I'm looking at the standings. I'm going to be looking closely at the standings this year. And as I'm looking at it, there's another guy too. It's no rumblings right now. A guy who I think can really be had if the Knicks really was on their BS and they really start losing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think he gettable, yo. And I think if and I didn't even put that on Twitter yet. I'm not gonna put that out there, but we got it on wax now. So people go and listen to this, be like, all right, I hear you, State. Let's say if OKC start 2-12, because they got the worst roster in basketball. They got a nice young roster. They got a roster I would die for. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap. Like they got a roster I would love. All young players. They got straight young players. Here's the problem though. When you re-sign a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to that David C, that is what I'm about to get at. When you sign a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and me and you know, he can't carry them boys dolly. That's not happening. Would OKC look to move him after they signed him so they can get value for him? I think they would. Would the Knicks pounce on that? I think they would. And
now, here goes the foot in the mouth, though. Like, what are you willing to give for that? Because you said value, right? So what are you willing to give for that guy?
First of all, we know they want draft picks. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. We know they want draft picks, right?
Right.
So the second thing is, Shai is signed for 5 years. Right? You got Kenny Payne back there. So, say not anything not named Randall or RJ. It's fair game. Anything I name Randall RJ is fair game. That's what I'm gonna say about that. I don't
You
want
got it.
nothing to do with PG-13. That man will melt in New York.
Yo, man, but you got to give in order to get a good player, you have to give up something.
That's
You know,
true.
so I mean, RJ Barrett's doing good for us right now. Julius Randle's playing good for us. Right now we have a really good starting five and we have a really good bench. So I get it. We want it's cool to take some of the excess talent and try to get somebody else here. But when you're talking about $200 million players, man, now you're talking about you got to put in because I mean per year how much is that like 40?
Nah,
Is it
you're not getting no damn 40 a year. So now,
because I mean 5 years $200 million, right? Is that his deal?
it's incentives. So I think it's 5 years with incentives, basically. I think it's 170, but it comes up with incentives.
All right, so just hypothetical 170 was that divided by 5? So you're talking about 34 $35 million a year. That's a lot of bread to put together in order to do that. So I mean, putting guys like Nerlens and Well and all these guys in there, is that value
So
for Shea?
so Shea will be making wow, he's making a bag.
I'm telling you, man.
Yo, he's making a bag. 29 million in 2022, 2023. 30, it goes 32 million, 34 million, 36 million, 39 million. But at the same time, man, I always tell you, man, 6, 7 point guards, man, they don't grow on trees, man. Especially like Shea. Shea smooth as butter, man. Shea smooth as butter. And if you talking about, I told you, if RJ gets to that level that I think he could get to, Tibbs is going to push for a trade, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. He's not going to want to sit here and Grimes, McBride, they cool and all, but they will have a nice opportunity in OKC, right? Kevin Knox, come on, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well,
I think he could be had. Honestly.
I think he could be had too, man. But it's not going to be for the guys we're going to give up. Because I mean, even though we got the draft picks, they still going to want a valuable player. I mean,
who they want? They want quickly.
I mean, is quickly good enough to be traded for a guy like this guy kid Alexander, whatever his name is.
I mean, if OKC want to continue to tank, it depends on what they're trying to do. If you take it, if I'm trading Shea, right, and I'm already tanking, and I'm looking at the Knicks, I know they're not going to want to give up RJ Barrett, and I know they're not going to want to give up Julius Randle, but if we could start a convo if you offer me Mitchell Robinson, Grimes, McBride, Burt, like we could start a combo. You could start a combo with Mick. Now I'm not trying to say quickly because I think the Knicks. Tibbs love quickly. At the same time, Tibbs loves him very quickly.
But repeat the names that you said though. You said you started with Mitch, right? Mitch is still.
Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch will have to be a sign and trade at this point, and But if you're talking about
if they take Nerlens, I give up Nerlens before Mitch, but it depends. I don't think they're stupid enough to take back Nerlens, but I mean, hey, Nerlens got his money.
But Nerlens makes 10. Now you added some of these other guys. The other guys, they're not even making $5 million a year. Each of these guys, So right now you got like 5 guys, and you still barely have a little bit over 20 million spent. You still got to come up with extra bread, and then you got to throw draft picks on there too. So now you got the roster now. Even though they're mediocre players, you got to gut the roster, and you got to give extra picks because you're not really giving. Like, I guess if you want to say quickly is somebody that has potential, but he's not that guy yet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like giving up certain players is gutting the roster. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like giving up certain players gutting the roster.
But
if that's the case, then can we keep Grimes out of this trade then?
But I'm saying from the guys you mentioned, it's like 5 dudes, and you still don't have the money to match up. You know what I'm saying? So that's 5 guys off a 15-man roster. So you get what I'm saying?
So here's the thing. All right. You got the MLE. I think you got trade exemptions. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much the Knicks got, but I'm pretty sure that we can match contracts. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm pretty sure Leon Rose can make a plan about that. But it looked like he can be gettable, honestly. I think the Timberwolves is going to make the playoffs, and I think the Kings is going to surprise people too. I think the Kings is going to finally surprise people. So
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of other players out there. But what do you think about what Knicks 100's he's been saying behind it in the chat? Basically, just like we don't need to do nothing major. I mean, we still make a trade that can get us a player to help us out. But it doesn't have to be that major guy that makes it 200 million. What about somebody on like the lower stage, maybe like somebody that's because there's a lot of players out there that make around 17, 20 mil. Mm-hmm. So that's way easier to make a trade to get something like that to add to what we have here. So what do you think about that?
It depends on who the guy is. See, this is my thing, right? Scott Perry. Shout out to Scott Perry. I know we about to get out of here. I'm starving, bro. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. I want to cook. I got some shrimp. That's gonna be good. But Scott Perry, I appreciate the job that he's done. I appreciate the job that he's reshaped the roster from Phil Jackson. But what I didn't appreciate in the past is him bringing on his ex-draft bust. Like I was getting tired of it. But it's funny how I believe he drafted Evan Fournier, but that's combo for another night. So the last thing I would love Scott Perry to do, just find a way to get either Mo Bamba or Cam Reddish on this roster. That's all I want. I think I'm good after that. I would love either or.
Well, Cam Reddish, I think, just judging off the game from tonight, he has like a good position there for Atlanta. I think he's finally like stepping up. So him coming off the bench for them tonight with the 20.
Can't pay everybody. Think about who they paid this summer.
I know, but
think about their cap.
I know, but fuck Trae Young, man. So what do you think the Atlanta Hawks? You think Atlanta Hawks gonna trade Cam Reddish to us?
I mean,
after all of that, the rivalry that's going on, why would rivals trade with each other?
Why would they trade when Cam Reddish could just sign a contract with us and they can make the rivalry even more spicy?
Well, that's next year though. You're talking about down the line.
I mean, hey, you never know. Because honestly, a lot of the Hawk players is hurt right now. I don't think Lou Will play tonight. I gotta look at who's hurt on their team. But we'll see.
He's the only one, really.
He's the only one, right? Yeah, I think a rest of them play. Oh, Lou not hurt. I don't think I seen Lou tonight. I can't really recall the game because I'm thinking about the Knicks so damn much.
Yo, they play like 14 players tonight, Atlanta, because they was busting Dallas so bad that they basically emptied the whole bench and had everybody out there. So everybody's healthy on their roster except Lou Williams.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Lou Williams. No, they don't. Their draft pick has not played. Onyeka Okongwu.
Well, Cooper played like 4 minutes.
Cooper is not NBA ready. The game is too fast for him.
Jalen Johnson played too. He played 4 minutes.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I forgot about Jalen Johnson. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
But that's nice to see from Cam Reddish. But it's gonna be a couple guys I'm gonna be paying close attention to.
Yeah, man, I'm ready this year, man. You like to look ahead, which is cool, but this year, I think this year, we really could do something, man.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I'm ready for this year. I think Atlanta. Let's say I give Atlanta respect. Fuck all those Atlanta Hawk fans because they're all a bunch of like suckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody that's watching, that follow the podcast, but through the rivalry in the summertime. Like your whole fan base is a bunch of suckers, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys act like you never won before. You guys were winning with Dominique. I was winning with the whole Steve. What's the name? ISO Joe, whatever. Y'all was winning with him. And y'all had consistently winning teams, and then now you guys, acting like you never won before, man. So that's me talking shit to their fan base, man. But I give them their respect, man. They have a good team over there, and I'm like I said, I'm ready for them. I mentioned Philly. You got Brooklyn, over there. The Bucks look great. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like we're right in the mix of those teams, man. I don't feel like any of those guys are that much better than us. They might have better individual players over there, like the go-to guys. But as far as us, 10 for 10, I think we could bang with all these cats, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm not ready. I'm not worried about none of these dudes, man. But I feel like this year we could really do something, man. You know.
Yeah. Listen, the Eastern Conference they finally caught up to the West. This is the first year where it's like, yeah, the Eastern Conference, yo, they ain't no joke. They go out West, they gonna smack them boys by 30 if them boys don't get up that night. Um,
Oh shit! Yeah, this guy
yeah,
just Izzy Black just said that the Bucks got blown out tonight.
yeah.
Damn, 137-95.
Eastern Conference is looking real. It ain't even and the Western Conference. And God damn, Golden State. See, Golden State is back.
And then they're not fully healthy yet either.
Yo, I could not believe today's NBA, man. This is nice, man. This is nice.
Yo, before we get out of here, like the Warriors are playing the Clippers now, right? So the Clippers, they're waiting for Kawhi to come back. I'm looking at their roster. Their roster is pretty bad, man. They got right now they got a lot of young guys on their team also too. They have a lot of guys that they spent money on, like Kennard. They wasted money on him and all this other stuff. But I mean, like a guy that's sitting there on the island, by himself is Paul George. He has to deal with all this other stuff. He's home. He likes being home and this, that, and the other, man. But if Paul George gets pissed off, because right now it looks like they're probably gonna lose a lot. So if they do lose a lot, Paul George could be a guy that dangles. Now, let's say if Paul George becomes available around the trade deadline, at that point, would you be willing to give away some of these guys that we got?
Nah, I'm good. I can't deal with players who I can't deal with players like that, bro. I'm good, bro. He's not mentally tough enough for a guy like me. I'm good. I don't want to watch him on my team, bro.
But
I'm
talking about a team that's already built on mentally tough, which is our current team. You know what I'm saying? So if we was to squeeze a couple guys together and get draft picks and all that
in New York, hell no, hell no. What? Nah.
To be the third guy, to be the third or fourth guy on this team?
Nah, not happening, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't want none of these mentally soft dudes, man. These dudes is cupcakes, man. I'm good, man. I don't want none of these dudes, man. And you know what's even worse about the Clippers before we get out of here? They traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That was a mistake. You don't trade that. Period. And you don't draft two bums over MPJ. But that's going to be a combo for the Clippers and the Clipper fans. After the season, that's when they're really going to start talking about that.
Yeah. Watch. All right, man. So that's it, right? You got to fill your belly. Probably get medicated and all these things before you get started.
Yeah, man. Oh, who that? That's old. Oh, that's probably OG doing some type of work. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm out of here, man. That was a great day yesterday, man. I had a good time. I'm tired as hell. I felt all the liquor from yesterday. All the liquor I had. I didn't feel like until today when I got to work and actually sat down. I said, "Oh."
Yeah, but you good. You had to work at you came. You got to work at 3, right? 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Yo, I had to wake up at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And I think I might have got in the crib maybe a quarter to 2. So I might have had an hour or something. Whatever. I caught a quick nap at work. Cat nap. I caught a couple cat naps at work. And look at me. 11 o'clock. I'm here talking to your fucking ass. Yo, on the podcast, man. So I don't know how I do it, man.
Man, go your ass to sleep, man. Man, get you some rest, man. I don't want to talk to you no more, man.
Yeah, man.
But yo, I'm gonna keep the agenda going. RJ Barrett, all team second defense. RJ Barrett will be an all-star this year. It's looking like Evan Fournier could be a sneaky all-star as well. But that's a conversation for another day. And Julius Randle, 2001 Chris Webber, just keep it going, brother. Keep it going, Randall. You proved me wrong.
He might be a legit MVP candidate this year, man.
He is. I can't say nothing. Even yesterday, I knew it was real because when we both was discussing the game, We never said to each other when he had a turnover. We never said, "Damn, that's a bad turnover." We just looked at each other and said, "Oh, we turned the ball over again." But it wasn't like it wasn't bad. Like it's like he's trying to play winning basketball. I'm so proud of that man. It's nice. It's nice to be proven wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but one thing though, man, I want to say before we got here too, man. You know, we all meet each other for the first time, but you know, same thing, just like on here and whatever. I think Sim had to check you a couple times. I think Apollo had to check you a couple times. I think Queen's Court had to check you a couple times because you were like all over the place with your takes all game or whatever, man. But you know, it was a blast to finally meet you, man. You know, after all these podcasts and shit that we do, spending all this time and brain matter, you know, with each other, you know, we finally got to meet each other. And it was dope, man.
Yes,
we definitely got to do it more often.
Yes, sir. Y'all all cool people, man. Y'all all like family, man. Yesterday was nice. That was a nice setup. Shit, Sim got me motivated. Shit, I might do some overtime tonight. Thinking about it. But nah, let me stop lying. But it was nice yesterday, man. That was a nice event. Shout outs to Sim, man. Shout outs to you, man. It was nice meeting you in person. It's the first time I met a lot of these people in person. I got so much love in the garden. Like it was crazy. So I feel bad when I curse. I can't even curse somebody out on Twitter no more. That's how crazy. That's how much love I received yesterday, dog. Like I couldn't curse at nobody today on Twitter. I was like,
yeah, people were shouting you out, man. They was like, yo, stay.
Like, yo, leave me alone. I had to tell a dude today, like, yo, bro, you got it, bro. I don't even. I can't even curse with you no more, bro. You got it. But it's good energy. It's good energy. That was nice, man.
Yeah.
These guys in that chat, man. Salute the White Falcon, Knicks 100, man. I've been seeing y'all post in the chat all night. I'm so focused on trying to get the data. I wasn't even paying attention to my phone, but I see y'all, man. Izzy Black, David C. Stop the videos, Curry, I see all y'all, man. Audie, he usually here. Sherwin, Eric L. Beats, man. Kareem.
Yo, shout out to Greenhouse too, man. Because we finally got to meet Greenhouse. Greenhouse popped up on us.
Yes, shout out to Greenhouse, man. Shout out to my boy Greenhouse. He crazy too.
He a cool motherfucker, man. He just popped us here. Yo, what's up, man? I'm Greenhouse. Oh shit, Greenhouse.
All right, what's up, bro? But that's love though, man. That's nice. That's Nick. That's that Nick talk. That's that Nick talk, man. That's nice, man. But please, I gotta get out of here, dog, man.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here too, man.
I'm going crazy. I'm hungry. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, my skin about to melt off my bones and shit, man. I gotta get the hell out of here.
Y'all know where to find the podcast. Diehard State of Mind. I think this is episode 28. Hold on. I want to make sure, just in case. Y'all know where to find us. Apple Podcast, Player FM, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Google Play. We everywhere, man. I appreciate everybody that be tuning in. Hold on. I'm looking for, where the hell is my Anchor app? Oh, there we go. But, these podcasts are nice, man. I know most of them I do it at my job, but the hell with it. It doesn't matter. But we on episode 29. I finally got it. So, salute to all of y'all, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Dog, my guy, Eru. Salute to you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yo, Sherman, we can be homeless for once, man. It's all right, bro. It's all right.
Yeah, we earned that right, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Good night. See you guys later. Yo, once again, for those that I saw yesterday, man, if you guys can contact me so I can know exactly who you guys were, because I got a bad memory. It was like a blur yesterday. So, like, if we ran into each other yesterday and we talked, whatever, hit me up in the DMs, whatever. That way I could exactly know who you guys are, man. So anyway, shout out to everybody. We're gonna be out in these streets, man. I see Eric Beast talking about going to the game Sunday. We'll see, man. But I'll see you guys out there. Eru out. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. Salute. Peace, motherfucker.